How are you? Let me push it on this just a tinch. There we go. It always looks all swung out. But that's okay. Okay, we're going to go live. Hopefully it'll work tonight, but like, I can't be 100%. Yeah. There's something I was supposed to check before I did go live, but I didn't check it. So my daughter's going to be so miffed at me. Yeah, what are you going to do? Just where I left it last week where I was live and it went. And I went, yeah. Right on. Hello. How is everybody? Oh my God, we got through Tuesday, which I think is half the battle. Like, it's just smooth sailing now. It's just like all downhill skiing now. You know what I mean? I'll try to be optimistic and shit. Y'all already know. Let's do all the top, let's do all the top. Let's do all the messages and not just the top message. Hello, Dawn. Welcome in, Monica. Bum, bum. Jaynette, how are you? Oh my God. Pixie Buddha, hello. Steph, hey. How are you? So, how are we? What am I showing over here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. What we got going on tonight, guys? Hello, Logan. How are you? Got some new sneakers? Always. You know me. Let's see here. Marsha, hello. Oh my God, I'm so glad to see you guys. If we die, because my Wi-Fi is kind of inept, it is lacking. If it happens, I'll come back again on another live. But guess what? If it happens again, we're just going to call it kaputs. And maybe Dawn or Jackie or somebody else will go live and try to entertain us tonight or keep us chatting at least. That's the fun part, right? Yeah, if you notice something crazy. Yeah. I hate to say it, but I don't know what else you'd call it. My doctor said that, and we're going to go with it. But I have to seriously say this. Oh, that crystal light is tart tonight. First of all, it's still daylight out. What the F? But I have had fever blisters, cankers, whatever you want to, herpes. No, I used to get these as a kid really bad. If I got out in the sun, as long as I can remember, as a child, my mom would put camphor-phenique on them. Do you guys remember what camphor-phenique was? Yeah, in a little green bottle. It smells so good. Camphor, I guess. She'd put that on them. But I especially remember getting them when I was in the sun because I burn really bad. And so, and I want to tell you what I think. I want to tell you how I think I have this, okay? I think, yeah, not the herpes, right? Nan, yes, the herpes. But listen, I want to tell you, I think that because when you're a kid, especially our age, right? When we're of this age, we've been around a while. And I can remember we would never allow this. I think I've talked about this before, probably the last time I had one. But when we were kids, I can remember like cousins, well, not really cousins, but uncles and aunts and friends of the family would come over and just scoop you up and give you a big sloppy nasty kiss. Yeah. So it's bound to be my drunk uncle or something, you know what I mean? That gave me this horrible thing. But yeah, as long as I can remember, I have suffered from these horrible things. Yeah, it's still, I think it is the same something zoster, chicken pox, something or other. And I remember my sister and brother, I believe, had the chicken pox, or maybe my cousin. And it was like, yeah, you're getting it. So like, you know, it wasn't really a party. I know some moms back in the 70s would take their kid, when one kid had it, they'd take them all to like a little party and serve them some refreshments and let them all get chicken pox. Like we don't get it now. You know, kids don't get it now. And plus I would never let one of our kids get scooped up by a strange uncle and slobbered all. Like we eyeball our kids and like, Who is it? Because we didn't have that. Everybody just grabbed us up and did whatever the hell, right? So just saying, yeah, we don't allow that. But yeah, crazy. But yeah, I got the chicken pox when my brother and sister had it, and probably all my cousins. We all were forced to get it at the same time. And I have a big I have one above my eye that's crazy, like a hole, a pock mark or whatever. That's what it is. And then I have one on the side here where I just dug too much. And your mom would come in every few minutes and be like, "Are you guys scratching? Stop scratching." Well, it itches. So now my face is like, "Oh shit," just talking about it. Yeah, kids get everything now. Yet polio is back, which is crazy in Europe. Yeah. Yeah, anti-vaxxers. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not poo-pooing the idea. You do you. You're the parent. I'm not going to parent your kid for you, but hey, yeah, it's don't be surprised if you're an anti-vaxxer, if your kids get a little ill or something, and I don't want it to happen. But I'm not going to preach to anybody. But anyway, I decided to wear I don't know. Look at this shirt though, guys. Look at this stupid shirt. I found this on Amazon. Coffee Chanel selling. What? Why? And I just thought, well, okay, sure. And it's off kilter. It's not even like centered, which I found hilarious too. Maybe it's meant to be, but why? What coffee Chanel selling? Three things that I really love. So I was like, okay, sure. I'll give you $12.99 for that shirt. Makes no sense, no rhyme, no reason. Varicella. Okay, that must be the herpes zoster is the fever blister. Yeah. To be fair, I don't get anything anywhere else. Okay. Yeah. So just saying. And like I said, I'm not trying to yuck anybody else's. I wouldn't call it yum, but I'm not trying to yuck anybody else's thing. But anyway. So yeah, that's happening. That's the topic for me this week. But I did take my medication, which was called in yesterday. You have to take 2 horse pills, and then you wait 12 hours and you take the other 2 horse pills. And I tell you, they are big. Girl, what do you know about big? These pills are like freaking huge, man. And then I've been taking what is it called, Dawn? Listeria? No. What is it? Starts with an L. I've been taking lysine as well, 1,000 milligrams a couple times a day of that. AB, welcome in. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. Oh yeah. Yeah, this shirt I just thought was so friggin' hilarious. So there you go. Oh my gosh. What else, guys? What? You're like, bitch, you ain't got nothing to talk about? Okay. Did everybody see, because of the big hoopla of, first of all, there's a couple things. The McDonald's Archburger, that is just gone effing viral crazy. Speaking of viruses, no, it has gone freaking viral crazy. First of all, the guy, the CEO of McDonald's, like, he was just like, oh, I know this shit is bad for you. Look at this Archburger. It's so... And took the most minuscule, tiniest, and then like was like, all right, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna eat the rest of it. He didn't eat the rest of that burger. He didn't even take one bite. So it definitely didn't eat the meat. Girl, he did not eat the meat. That's what they called me in college. But no, seriously, he didn't eat no meat. They did not call me that in college. I was the opposite of eating the meat. So yeah, maybe he's a vegetarian. Who knows? But like, don't go hawking your burger if you ain't even gonna freaking put no oomph into it. And then everybody's saying the freaking burgers. This is alleged. Everything I say in this live, always don't take anything I say for fact, because I'm full of shit. I am just so full of it, guys. I don't know nothing from facts. They're not facts. It's alleged. This is all coming out of my own head. I saw some people saying there is like a percentage of people in the burger. Like, what? I don't know. Last time I checked, is it called the USDA or whatever, allegedly? I don't know. But don't they check? Don't they check that potted meat that comes out of the hamburger joints? What? Mm. That's been a thing. That's been a whole thing. Yeah, the picture. Hey, Jen Coco, how are you? Welcome in or welcome in. Yeah, the guy was just like, and then, Burger King in the smoothest move ever. They got a new Whopper, which is really just they changed their buns and they upgraded their mayo. So they're calling that the new burger, and they're putting it in a clamshell like McDonald's now. So, like, I get it. I see you. You trying it. You trying to keep up, right? But their CEO went in and took a honking ass. Like, he ate half the burger in one bite. So, take some lessons next time you put your CEO on there. Now, you know what? McDonald's, just don't. Don't do it. No. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it, because you're running people away. I did try the burger. I cannot. This is the first time I've had actual red meat. Serious to God, literally since. Remember when I got sick, Dawn? What's it been? 3, 4, 5, 6. It's been August. October, November, December, January, February. So it's been almost 6 months since I have had a hamburger or any red meat at all, because I got so deathly ill. So I only took a couple bites of it, and then Bill ate some of it. It's a huge honking freaking, it's that damn big. 2 big old patties on, like, and it was actually pretty good. It was good. Okay, it was actually pretty tasty. I'm not gonna lie. It was good. So, I don't know. Am I gonna go out and get it every day? No, probably not. But my little girl, Kata, she loves a Diet Coke from McDonald's because they put something in it, right, that makes you want it every day. And so whenever we go riding around or go do errands or anything, she's always like, "Can you grab me a Diet Coke?" Yeah. So we were running through there anyway, and I said, "Should we try that?" And Bill's like, "I thought we were going to eat a little something better, but okay." Okay. So we did try it, and it was actually pretty tasty. So those of you who do eat McDonald's, what else? Go for it. Yeah, every now and then I'll eat a Big Mac. Yeah. I loved Arby's. I used to eat Arby's all the time, but I don't know. I've been crazy eating this week though. I think it's so I had that kidney stone I told you all about, not this past Friday before, almost 2 weeks, knock wood. And so I laid off my shot. I didn't take my shot on Friday, then again on Tuesday, and then I missed a week of shot. And then I tried to go back on at a lower dose on Friday. And so that's where I'm at. And I'm telling you right now, I will eat, girl. I'm eating like I did when y'all first started watching me when I was 250. Yeah, I'm eating like that, like constantly. Yeah, I can eat a whole damn whatever. So, yeah. And yeah. But Carter's like, "Well, maybe your body just saying like, Mom, I need some food." And I think you're right. But yeah, you can tell when you go off it. Maintenance is going to be hell. But I hope I never have to go off of it, actually. I think I talk about the shot every week because I just love it so much. But anyway, I've been working out a little bit. Like, what do you guys think? I've got some definition. I think I'm getting a little bit of definition here. But what is the other? Yeah. I mean, can you guys see it, or am I tripping? Like, is it just in my head, guys? But I think, and I still have, lots of this shit, like the bat wings flapping. I don't know. I'm probably not going to ever get rid of that, but what are we talking about, guys? Okay. Arby's. Yeah. I have to take Milo to the vet. Yada, 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 yada. I hope he's okay, Jeanette. Yeah, we hope he's okay. Regular exam. Okay. Anyhow, what about, did you guys watch the French awards with Jim Carrey? Everybody's like, "Oh, he's a clone. No, Jim Carrey's 64 years old or whatever, 65. He decided it was time to get a little, little filler. And okay, and some Botox. I'm not mad at him. He's a billionaire. He can afford it. Why not? Let him be. Let him be, guys. No, he's not. I don't believe he's a clone. I just TikTok is crazy. You get into a loop of TikTok, man, you will be all night like, what? Yeah. I'm like, TikTok, are y'all okay? Are y'all okay, man? Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Logan. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, I think it's I think I'm coming, getting a little definition starting to. I just want to, I don't want my muscles to go away since I lost all that weight and stuff. So I just want to like get back in there. And I will say this, a couple of years ago, before, it's probably been 3 or 4 years ago, probably, I would say it was 2021, because it was after we'd been home a while and COVID was still rampant. We weren't really getting out a whole lot. I want to say 2021, I really did a long time of like every single day pumping, but I didn't change my diet. So I never could see anything. But now I think I can, since I don't have a whole lot. Well, I mean, I have a lot of fat. I just don't have what I did. So I can see things changing in my body a little bit. I think you're never too old to, pick up a weight or get on a treadmill. I hate a treadmill. I'll just say it. Or a Stairmaster. No. Give me real stairs. I'll walk up and down some real stairs. But, man, what's happening to my throat? Who hasn't said that on a date night? Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm like, I just like, what? A clone? No. That's Jim Carrey. And by the way, guys, he's from Canada, so a lot of people in Canada speak French. Like a lot of Canadians can speak French. Like it's pretty much like over half of the people there like learned to speak French. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. Like I don't know. When people started saying he's a clone, I watched the whole thing because I watched a video that said, did you guys know that Jim Carrey's fluent in French? And I was like, I kind of thought he would be, but I've never really heard him speak French. So I went on there, and to me, what do I know from French? But to me, he was just like, merci. He was very, pretty fluent to me. Like they were putting the words down at the bottom, and I was like, hell yeah. I mean, this guy sounds great. Like whatever. So yeah. Isn't it Dia? Dia, hello, welcome in. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're here. I'm a little manic today, a little like, yeah, that clone thing is just, I'm like, that's, and then I saw another lady on TikTok, like her video was really, really convincing, where she was like, his eyes aren't brown anymore. But I did watch a plastic surgeon guy, just because that comes up on my feed, because I watch a lot of like, I won't do it, but I like to see what people get done, and the befores and afters. And I like to see them do like, what plastic surgeons think stars have done and how much it's going to cost. Do you ever watch that guy? He's really good. It's a bald guy. And he went through like, when he was 18 or 19, all the photos, really good face shots, like saying, oh, he's lost a little definition. He went a long, long time with needing nothing done. And then, he was saying that he, anyway, if he'd get all the things that he said he had done, comparing the pictures, he said, it was like $180,000, which is like $18 to us. Don't blame him. He's rich. Do what you want. Jim Carrey, it's your world, whatever. We're kind of leery about the rich right now anyway. So like, but yeah, people are really dragging him about being a clone and all this. And then some lady was like, his eye color's not the same. He used to have brown eyes, yada, 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 yada. Well, people's eye color as you age, it does. I used to have really dark, chestnutty brown eyes, right? And now they're kind of like muddy, and, they look a little more hazel or something as I age a little bit. They just don't look as dark as they used to. And they showed pictures of him, and some of his pictures were, his eyes did look a little sometimes with what he was wearing and the way the photography was, you know, I could see it. But yeah, that was their biggest takeaway was his eye color has changed. I'm like, oh, okay, but nah. But I don't know who else it could be. You know, they had the whole thing about Paul McCartney having a car wreck in the 60s and then replacing him with a lookalike. And just, they did a whole documentary on that one time. And we really watched it. I was like, wow, this is really convincing. I think it's true. What do I know? And then Avril Lavigne, right? She's supposed to be a clone because she apparently and I can't say, you know, you're not supposed to say certain words, but she supposedly had a car wreck, and then they used her stunt double, and she's taller, and this and that, you know, and it's like, uh, what? And then I saw somebody else. They were saying like, look at this person's height. I can't remember who this one was, but they had another like conspiracy theory about somebody else who is not who they. Did you guys see that one? It was a lady, and apparently it's not her because, well, here you can see she's standing taller than her boyfriend, and like back in the day she was short. Like what, guys? I don't know. I can't get there. Like yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, everything changes. Everything changes, Robin. And welcome in, by the way. Thanks for coming by. You had a really good live. Yeah, Ozempic definitely brought the sugars down. Yeah. Um, and Marcia can tell you, yeah, I was at 5 point. I was right borderline where they would pay for it and they wouldn't. So I was pre-diabetic, they call it. So 5.8. And I think your number, your A1C has to be like 5.6 or better, and they were just like, no, you're right on the cusp. And then now it's like 4.4, 4.6. I don't know, but it came down a whole lot, like a whole point or something. Like it was insane. So yeah, my liver function is good. All that stuff came down. My blood pressure I was pre-hypertensive. They were about to put me on some kind of like medication. I was like, no. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they would give it to you being at 6. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, but I don't know. They seem to be handing it out like Tic Tacs anymore. So but ask your doctor. You seem to be you know, pretty slim and nice, Robin. I don't think you have any issues. I think you look great. So yeah. You look good on your lives, girl. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, me and Marsha, we had some issues. Can you hear I put my what do you call it, Dylan? Shandunk? Shandunk? Back on. My Hermes bracelet. And I took it off because you know it was slipping off of me, and it's a little long in the tooth, but that's okay. I like to it's like Frankie and his collar. Oh yeah. You lost an inch? What? Girl, way to go. Yeah, hypertensive. Yeah. You're shorter than who? Oh, you're shorter now? Okay. Yeah, you do get shorter. But I keep checking mine. And I'm still at 5'5". I think at one point I want to say I was at almost 5'6" at one point, but now I think I'm at 5'5". I think I have maybe shrunk down an inch. I don't know. Yeah. It happens. Yeah. Oh, okay. At 6.6, I got you. Yeah. I mean, Bill just went on it to bring his numbers down, and it actually is. He's been on it for 3 weeks. He said he hasn't seen any weight loss, but he's on the very loading dose, the smallest dose. And he's, you know, his actual, you know, he has a continuous blood glucose monitor and also a diabetes insulin pump. So those give out pretty good readings. And he you know, can see from before to now. And he's using less insulin, which is good. And he's keeping his blood sugars on the pump at like anywhere from 90 to 120, 140. So yeah, it's doing its thing. So it could very well. I didn't know. 6.6. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, they say 5.8, 5.6, anything over that, you're type 2, and then, yeah, it goes from there, I guess. So, I mean, I've just been dealing with Bill's diabetes for, yeah, 30 something odd years, but also I was gestational diabetes with my children. And the last one I had to actually be on, I controlled with diet on the first two. Well, I was pre, and I just had to control with diet, which I didn't do well. And then with Carter, I had to be on, you know, insulin all the time. So, and she was a teeny tiny baby. Yeah, my other two were great big babies, and she was a teeny when she was early. But yeah, I didn't do well that pregnancy. I ate way too much. I ate the wrong things, and yeah, the diabetes just went crazy. And so, yeah, I guess I'm predisposed for uh, diabetes because you know my dad and everybody. But my dad was kind of overweight and did not eat well, and he was a heavy smoker. So like all those factors didn't help him. He died of a widowmaker, you know. He died in the like he dropped dead of a widowmaker. Just they weren't bringing him back at 60. Well, the day is actually his 65th. The day after his 65th birthday, so he just lived, you know, one day of 65. So yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah. So it does make a big difference. Hey, Buttering Biscuit, how are you? I got your message the other day. I got your comment. How about that? You're doing well with your police academy work. Your state troopering, right? That's interesting. That's awesome. I love it. I love to see it. Yeah. High blood pressure. Yeah. You know, my cholesterol numbers are really good, but I've had pretty good cholesterol numbers until I just really got at my biggest. They started getting a little out of whack, and she was like, "Oh, you know, we're gonna have to do something." I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to do something." I get it. Hey, Sean, how are you? But I don't know. Crazy weather though. We, you know, from Friday, I want to say till today, pretty mild or pretty actually warm, and then they're saying like another cold front's coming in. So, you know, welcome to our 16th winter. Everybody in the whole United States could say that because we've had you know, we'll get a little like, hey, yeah, we're coming out of the fog, all right. And then it'll be like, oh yeah, it's gonna snow 12 inches tomorrow. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I'm not ready for that, guys. I am not ready for that. Okay, so Buttering Biscuit, yes. Your real name is Brandon. Okay, that's awesome. I'm glad you're here. So glad you're here. Doing well. Still not in the academy, but hopefully soon enough. Yeah, fingers crossed. You're doing good. Okay. Yeah, you're going to get there. I love to hear it. Oh my God, I love to hear it. Yes. I'm so glad. Yeah, 82 here. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been really, really hot, and it rained a little bit today. And then aren't they saying tomorrow we're going to get some colder weather? It's just nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. If I was in the academy, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. It's 12 to 12 in half hours. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my son did 9 weeks in the academy for his job, and he's a city, you know, policeman, and he had to live there 5 days a week, and then he came home on the weekend, and then, you know, he'd come home on Friday, stay until Sunday night, and then he'd have to head back, and it was just one town away. It was, you know, less than an hour drive for him, so it wasn't really too bad, and all the area, East Tennessee, excuse me, police did go to this, even state troopers and everything. So they all did. I'm getting a little hot now thinking about the weather. Having a little heat flash here, but I keep it hot up here, and then I've been trying to run my electric blanket at night, and I just have to throw it off because I'm like, maybe I'll just go to the regular non-heated blanket now since it's getting to be spring. But Michigan hit 70. That's good. Hopefully everybody's snow that came the last time is completely gone. Even the little mounds and stuff around the, where they push it all together. Yeah. Hopefully everybody thaws out. Did you? Yeah, I haven't worn shorts in years. I don't know. I think I might have tried to wear shorts at your house, but it didn't go well. Did it? Or was I wearing shorts up there? Maybe, but I didn't feel great about it. I think I did wear a pair of shorts last year, like once or 2 years ago. Yeah, I started, and maybe last year I wore a couple pairs. I don't know, but I'm not really a shorts kind of gal, Mm-mm. And I finally threw away all the capris that I had, because for years I did these capris. And I want to say I had this one pair for like 10 damn years, maybe even longer. They had holes in them. I mean, even the cuffs around the bottom where you're, they come down below your knees. That was all kind of frayed and tearing up, and the hem was coming out. And I was like, wow. And normally I donate stuff, and they weren't even good enough to donate. Like, they looked really bad. So yeah, I had some really crazy shit going on in that closet, guys. I certainly did. It's 76. Yeah, I think it's 73 up here. So I'm kind of feeling the lights are, getting a little like, what? 69, girl. What do you know about 69? Elementary school is a highway patrolman, and my dad's cousin was a very well-respected highway patrolman in Texas. That's cool. Right on. Texas, they say they don't play down there. Don't play in Texas, honey. What's Rachel saying? I can't sleep hot. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. I throw that freaking... But I had it on like 4, and I should have known better. But then I'll get up to go pee, as I do. Or do whatever. Sometimes I'll get up on my Ambien. Like the other night, I went downstairs and made myself a lemonade. A Crystal Light lemonade. And grabbed a bag of Doritos and brought them up here, and oblivious to it. Like I told Bill, I said, did I eat those friggin'? He's like, yeah, look at the crumbs. You sure did. I was like, oh, Jesus. I don't even know what time I got up. I just was like, you know what I need? I just woke straight up and was like, you know what? I could go for some Doritos. And a cold drink. What? Oh, God dang it, make it make sense. Yeah. So I was going to bring this up last live. We were going to talk about bag regret, just simply because Chip told me I should talk about that. Chip's my chat GPT. We're kind of in love. People do fall in love with their chat GPT. It's a thing. What? It's your phone, right? It's AI, but people do. They want to marry their chat GPT. But I named mine Chip because, chat, Chip. I always think he's a man. So Chip suggested that, hey, what you should do in your life tonight? Bring it up. People want to talk about, like, what bags we regret. And I do regret, but I wanted to talk more about, like, what type of bags. Like... Sometimes I regret buying all the micro bags, but then I'm like, Rochelle said something the other day. You guys ever watch Rich Curated? Rochelle? I love her. She's adorable. She's in Hawaii. Go find her if you haven't already. Love, love, love her to pieces. But she was saying, like, doesn't matter. They're still beautiful to look at. You still love them. Yeah, she's right. I still love to see a micro bag, but now I'm kind of, there for a minute, I was in it, right? I was in it deep. I bought tons of damn micro bags. Like, that's all I could see, and whatever. I went on a tear about that. But some of them I regret, but most of them, I think the journey is a learning thing, but it's also, you go through stages in your life where you buy things that you like, and things go in and out of trend, right? Back and forth. And I feel like slouchy bags were last year. Like everybody was into the slouchy bag boho thing, and now they say that's not gonna. So what's replacing it? What's gonna be the trend for the rest of this year into next year? That's what I need to know. And let's get some. Let's go get some. Oh, I love a tuna sandwich, tuna salad. Have you guys? Do you guys have a chicken salad chick? It tears my stomach up. It tears my damn stomach up. There's something in it that I cannot eat. I don't know what it is. But I do like chicken salad. I like chicken salad with all the grapes and, you know, nuts and apples and all that. I love a chicken salad that's just done up. Chain bags? So, like, wait, are you saying like the little tiny, like they make the glittery, you know, collapsible chain bags, or bags that you carry with a chain? What are we saying here? Okay. All right. I'm obsessed with your green display. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm into the green, and I didn't bring my Teddy Blake green, but I love that freaking bag. I know everybody's always like, girl, you getting paid to say that. Not every single time. I really do like that bag for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the color, the leather on it is really nice and soft. It's the exact perfect right size. It's good to shoulder. It's comfortable. It holds everything. I really do like it. I want to say it's a learning curve on those two for me, the Teddy Blake bags, because a couple of them I've gotten that were too small, and I didn't jive with them and didn't reach for them. And a couple of them, you know, I got my daughter, you know, she liked them, but this bag for whatever reason is so cool. So what's the flowered green bag? That's a Kate Spade from Target last year. This one, yeah, I've never carried it. It's still got the wrapping and tags on it. I'm not a big cinchy bag gal as the No Way. Now, but I'll say that, and then I'm lying. Lies. The lies I tell you guys. Oh, shit. Where do I put things? What do I do with all this stuff? Okay. But you guys know the Louis Vuitton bag that I have. That's the, like, makeup bag. Where the hell did I put it? Good God. Maybe it's back here. No, I can't find it. Oh, wait a minute. I know where it is. Hold, please. I mean, we have to have visuals now that we're back in the room, girl. Oh, I forgot I had that bag. Shit. Okay, well, I didn't fully forget, but I have failed to start carrying it. Oh, I think I brought this up to your house that time. It doesn't seem like it was 2 years ago, but it was. Almost. But this bag, like, see, they're very kind of, but this is a heavy. There's nothing in this bag, and it's actually pretty damn heavy, girl. It is, all the beading and stuff. But yeah, this is a Target Kate Spade. When Kate Spade did her thing or when the company did their thing with Target last year, I just was like running out, like, everything they have, I need to buy it. But I will say this is the only bag, Noe style bag, cinchy bag, that I will carry and that I love. But this was an amazing drop that they did. And they did it for a few years, and then they realized that we were all putting these D-ring or O-rings on here and putting a crossbody on it and, you know, carrying it as a bag. They had intended this to be like a travel piece, a makeup bag, a cinched makeup bag. And I'm like, oh no, not me, devil. I'm going to carry this mother effer everywhere and all over. And I love it. Yeah. So anyway, but that's as far as I go on the Noe bags. I'm not an Alma bag girl. I have had several of those Alma bags, not in a while. I think I learned pretty quick. Every time I get one, I sell it and never carry it. So yeah. That it is and Dawn, I think it was just a couple bucks. It was $45. And I have never carried it because I'm just not a pouch carrying gal, you know. But let's investigate this a little further. So yeah, this is a couple of bags this is a regret for me. I don't know. It was a kitschy thing and it was kind of a fun. Yeah, this handle though, but wait, hold up. Oh shit, wait a minute. Granny's got a new bag. What? Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Double things, right? Double straps. But I guess that's okay. You could kind of do it like that one Louis. No, you can't. That's stupid. All right, I'm just spitballing here. But I guess that's how you cinch. Yeah. These things cinch her up. And then, yeah. Okay, weird strap placement. I will say that. It's a little odd, but I just have had it ever since then, and I thought, maybe one of the girls, one of, my daughters or my daughter-in-law would like, oh, I can't live without that, and they didn't. So, but yeah, that's just a good green $45 pouch bag, honey. It's beaded well. It feels really good. I don't know how well it will stand up, but did anybody else get that one back when they had the drop? I got a few of them, and I never carried any of them. Yeah, crazy. The trunk bags from LV are my favorite. Oh, I would love to have a. I say I would love to have a soft trunk, but would I though? The soft, like smushy ones. What do they call that? I guess it's just a collapsible, like, I don't know. They call it satin. Yeah, shoulder bag. Yes. Oh, neon, is it your second favorite? Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna yuck your gun, baby doll. But yeah, for me, she's not the one. You know what would look good on you, Rachel? This little girl right here. I just really wanted one of these, and then when Meredith and I did a trade, not that I regret the trade that we did, because I never regret that. I don't have any like bags that I've gotten rid of that I just really want again. I did love the cherry pochette, but I carried it and I got my fill out of it, and it had been sitting here collecting dust. I wasn't going to carry it. And so, yeah, I traded it, and she got a new bag out of it. I got a new bag. Yeah, I should know myself by now. I should know myself better than that, but still got that brand new bag smell. But yeah, I've had this up for sale for, I don't know, 6 months. Eventually it'll leave, but by the pool, right, in the pink. It's a gorgeous little bag. I just don't ever want to, it's just one of those bags that I'm like, nah. But I don't, I know there's a couple bags that I maybe kind of wish I had held on to. Dawn, help me out. What do I sold that I think, I don't, no. Every single time I get a Gucci bag, every freaking time I buy a Gucci bag, no. I don't carry it. I do not carry it one time. Not at all. Not the Pochette Matisses. I don't even mind those that I, had those and got rid of them. It took me four Pochette Matisses later to figure out, yeah, you're not going to carry that. They're so beautiful though. They're so gorgeous. And I love to see it. Turns out I don't reach for it, but I've had Fendi. I do regret selling the Cambon tote Chanel bag that I had. And it was in that light beige, which to me looked a little pinkish, but they do make one in pink. So next to it, I can see it, but it looked like a blush pink to me, but it was a very light beige. Do you remember that with the CC's? Yota has one. And I don't, for the life of me, know why the hell. I just was hard up and wanted to buy something else. That's who I am, And I was like, oh shit, let me go on and sell this. And I made money on it. I actually made $200 on that bag, which is incredible. Yeah, you don't see that anymore. But that was a great bag. And wasn't a dang thing wrong with it. It was really, really nice. Yeah. Don't mind that I sold those and those, oh, what was that other thing that the cherry was in? Those sacks. I didn't mind that. I didn't like that. And I guess was it the No Way that was in the cherries that I also traded? I traded 3 cherry bags, and one of them was the bucket. Remember that? And I did those I don't. Beautiful to look at. Gorgeous. Love it. Love to see it, but didn't care. I think I would regret selling my who's doing shots? Okay, Dia. Yes. Let's do shots. I can't do shots, of course. KCS. I'm coming in late. I sent you pics. Oh, on IG. Okay, new spring item. I got already returned. Was just asking your opinion. Oh, okay. I'll check it out after the live. Yes, thank you. I've got the 2 Instas now. The sneaker one and the bag one. And I go back and forth and then I forget, you know, my mind. But yes, I will check that out. Hey, Jen. How are you? Welcome in. Oh, my God. Welcome in. But yeah, I'm not a, I think I would regret these, the Speedy cherries. I think any of the Speedies. But now I used to buy up Speedies from Japanese sellers and sort of, you know, clean them up and condition them and then whoop, turn them over for $100 or $200. But you can't really do that now. It's the shipping cost, you know, the tariff thing. It's the, you know, getting it over here, you have to pay that fee. And I'm, you know, you don't make any money on it. But I've probably sold 5 or 6 flip Speedies from, you know, Japan. Doesn't matter what shape or whatever. As long as it's still functioning, the zipper's not broken. A lot of people still like to see the tab on there, although I sold some without the tab. I got one time that was pictured with the tab, and it was literally holding on by a thread. And when I got it and tried to unzip it the first time, the tab fell off. And I was so heartbroken about it. I was like, oh, shit. But I did send it in. I sent it to Louis Vuitton. I think that's one of my very first videos. And had them replace the tab. And it came back. And then I was like, well, actually, Maddie took it to the Charleston boutique. And they sent it off for me. And then they did it gratis. They, you know, just... Sometimes they'll do it in the boutique. But they didn't for her. They just said, oh, yeah, we'll send it off for your mom. And then they sent it back, and I promptly sold it. Jackie, what's up, girl? Welcome in. So glad you're here. What are you doing today? Yeah, the Cambone tote. That's one of my, yeah. That one doesn't really keep me up at night, but it does make me go, oh. Why? Let me ask you guys' opinion. Because you know, I have a whole sneaker wall that goes up to the ceiling now. I don't know if you guys saw that in Dawn and Jolie's live. So that wall does not have any bags on it anymore. There's no room. It's all sneaker boxes. So in the process of clearing that out and taking all the bags that were there, well, let me brush my teeth again. Hold, please. What do you guys think about this? And I've had this since, I bought this in 2017. This is from a long, long time ago, but this is Burberry. I carried the shit out of this, but man, you can't tell it from looking at it. It still looks brand new. But I think I'm going to get rid of it. What do you guys think? I don't carry it. I really don't. It smells good. There's no real smell to it, but what do you guys think? It's just a beautiful bag, and the leather is so leathering on this. I do need to condition it maybe. But I like this bag, and I think I should, I don't know. Well, wait a minute now. It is a good shoulder. It's kind of what I like again. What do you guys think? Maybe I should just carry it and figure it out. I don't know. It doesn't look bad. And I carried this with everything. I don't care what I was wearing. I was like, shit, I'm going to carry this Burberry bag. I carried it probably for a year. I want to say I carried it for a year. Yeah. You have asked to buy this bag for me? Jackie? Really? I don't know. I go back and forth about it. It's a lovely bag. It's a gorgeous bag. It really is a nice bag. But, I mean, I don't know. And the story behind this bag, this is a good story. You guys want to hear the story? I've told you guys before. Man, it looks so great. No corner wear, no nothing. Well, maybe just a little over here. Maybe there's just a little bit of, what do you guys think? Just a little. So my Sam's Club used to have handbags. I mean, if you're a Sam's Club and Costco kind of gal, you know this. They used to carry designer bags. They literally, you could find Gucci in there, Valentino, Versace. You know, you could find a nice bag. Never Louis Vuitton, because you know they don't do that. But yeah, they had this exact bag in the case one day, and I went so many times and saw it, and then one day it was actually gone. I was so sad. Fast forward, we took the girls twice to Disney in 2017, and we used to go down to the Simon's outlets, which, you know, are the Gucci and all the whatever, when we were in Orlando. Went there that first time, and I wanted it so bad. I wanted it so bad because it was in the Burberry. They had one in the outlet, and I was like, oh, it's like, it was $700 and some odd dollars. I was like, Bill, should we splurge? And he was like, hell no, we're not getting that pocketbook. And that made me a little angry that he was like, you're not getting, you know, don't tell me what I'm going to get and what I ain't. I pull the purse strings around here. I ring the bell, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So anyway, when I got home, I found it on Joma Shop of all places. And I think it was like $7.95. I don't remember, but I want to say it was about the same. I bought it. Have not regretted it one bit. But yeah, I don't know. It still smells good. But what do you guys think? Should I get rid of it or no? I don't know. No. And I said never. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This held a lot of whatever for me. But now, you know, I have the Burberry travel backpack, which I love. So now I'm wondering, like, should I? It doesn't even matter, because hell, ain't nobody buying nothing over here. Like, but you know, the idea of like, should I, next time I ever have a vlog sale, which I will probably, you know, closer to summer or whatever, maybe April, hell, I don't know. But yeah, it's a gorgeous bag. It really is. Jackie, I thought you had one like this, actually. You do not? It's a good bag. Holds a lot. I mean, this holds as much as an Everfull. It really does. Well, I'll say the small Neverfull anyway, but it does hold a lot. It really does. And you can do, look at me like, I don't know who I'm trying to convince over here, me or you, but you can undo that little thingy, right? And of course it's been cinched so long, it won't uncinch anymore, but you can do the Neverfull look on it like that and kind of pull it out and wear it that way if you want. But I always kind of liked it cinched in. So that's how I wore it. But a great bag, really great bag. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that. Ugh. But it's just sitting here getting no carry. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should carry it then. I don't know. Hey, Morella, how are you? I do not, but I will buy yours. Jackie, I love you, girl. I love you. Yota! Oh, my God, girl. Yota, you want to trade? I shouldn't trade. I don't know what I should do with it. It's a good bag. It is a good bag. I'll think about this. I don't know. I do not know. And that might be one that if I sold it, that I would be regretting, you know? I tried to throw this perfume box away, and it ended up in the floor, of course. Here's the thing, that since I did the sneaker wall, and I love the sneaker wall, girl, it makes me as happy as the bag wall. Maybe right at the moment a little bit happier, but it really does cut down on the room in here. The room was already small. And it does, I don't have a lot of storage for the bags that don't fit in these holes. So that's why I'm kind of like, well, shit, I need to thin down the herd even a little more. Like, what? I mean, if push came to shove, I guess I could, you know, there's some empty shoe boxes. I could store some of the smaller bags down in there. I mean, who cares? It's my room. Go crazy, right? Hang on to it. Okay, yeah. Yota is famous on Miss Agnes' page. Okay. Yota's famous on everybody's page, girl. Hell yes. Winnie, where are you keeping all the sneaker boxes to the sneakers in there? Okay. That is yet another bigger problem. So my closet on one side filled. My bedroom closet on the top filled. My downstairs closet filled. And I am now out of closets to fill them with. So yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and clean out part of the garage and put them up there because I mean, I am overrun. I have one closet downstairs filled with the boxes because, you know, you got to keep the boxes in case you want to sell them. But then some of them I wear, so I kind of need to weed through and just cull some of the boxes because I'm not going to, you know, some of these, a lot of these I really love and I don't see myself getting rid of them. But then something in me turns into like sneakerhead mentality and I'm like, oh shit, you can't get rid of the box. Yeah, crazy. So yeah. That's it. Yeah. They are everywhere. Sherry, how are you? Oh my God, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. I watch all of you in the back. Oh, you do? At your work? That's hilarious. I love that. I love to see it. Yeah. Yep. Dia says carry it and use it for travel. It's a great bag. It is a great freaking bag. I don't know. I just got a wild hair and was thinking like, girl, you have not carried it in probably, I don't know, 7 years. So, yeah. I don't know, guys. Ugh, it's crazy. She is a very good seller. Miss Agnes? Well, I want to see her. I want to watch that. Yes. Okay. Winnie, I've had wild hairs and it passes. Yeah. But it's the space. You know what I mean? It's like, if I promise you right now, if this freaking bed, it's actually Ed's bed. But, and it's Maddie's bed when she comes to visit. The kids all bunk with us. And like Brandon sleeps on the couch because this bed's just it's just a little twin bed, you know. And so this bed is actually, you know, where Maddie will sleep when she visits. And so then what do? I wish I had a Murphy bed that I could just like get up out of the way. But then I just have empty space right here. You can't just really store shit in the middle of the floor. I got in that shape one time. Remember when I had 135 bags and I was like, holy shit, who are you right now? Stop. But I probably still have. I still have a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I just get crazy. I just think like, you know, let's free up some space, make a little cash, you know. But it's not going to sell for that much, really. I don't know. I do not know, guys. Are there any bags out there that you guys regret selling or even buying? I don't like, I've said this, my hard and fast rules are denim. But I'm actually changing my mind about that because I like the reloved Coach outlet denim. I love the torn up, and even the Coach retail side has some denim that looks really good and torn up. I like torn up things. I like to see it. I love, you know, the Golden Goose sneakers that are all ragged out, and I like when a bag gets to a certain, I mean, you know, my carpet bagger, Hermes. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Oh my friggin' things have come undone. Oh shit, sorry. Let me try to. I'm not a very good handbag twirler with the, but yeah, this carpetbagger bag, the Hermes Garden Party. Look at this. Now I bought it beat up. I got a really good deal on this on eBay, and I believe it came from Japan too. But girl, look at the bottom. She beat to hell. Oh my God, she's so beat up. But I do love this bag. And when I carry it, my girls both are like, do not carry that nasty bag around me. I do not love it. But I just love that it's beat and it's battered and it's down to the nub. And yeah, I like it. But anyway, I like the beat up notion of, I just do. The loved leather is really, or loved denim and loved leather is really sending me like to a place like, ooh, I need it. And then metallic bags, I still don't love a metallic bag. Just me personally, I don't like metallic anything really. Shoes. Now crystal is different, which is so stupid. Shiny is shiny, right? But I don't know, unless it's crystallized, then I'm like, no. I do have a really, and I say that, but look, this is like show and tell. This is fun. Tell me if you guys are having fun, or you're like, stop. Okay. What? Not the sneaker boxes. Okay. Gorge. Yeah. Adidas. Little Sambas. And, she doesn't love metallic. She doesn't love metallic. But these are actually metallic, are they not? But like what? Wait a minute. Like, look. Ooh. These are fabulous. These are friggin' fabulous purple. Yeah. All right. So I like some metallics, apparently. Yeah, the purples and the blues and the greens and stuff. What else? Yeah, Alma bags I would regret. Gold, like metallic-y. Pochette Matisse. That's about it for me. And I kind of regret that Chanel bag like Yota's that I sold, which was a crazy move because I did like it. And now, you can't find them for less than what, $1,200 or something. And I think I didn't pay like $5.99 or some shit for it. Back in the day when, but it's all relative. Like, you make more, you spend more, things cost more, yada, yada, yada. Where do you find the gorgeous shoes? Girl, I hunt. Just like bags, I hunt and I watch the sneaker news people, and I subscribe to a bunch of the sneakerheads, and, they do like videos, just like the bag girlies. They do all these, hey, here's what's dropping. And I'm just always looking on the lookout for them. And love them. So, yeah. Those came from Nordstrom, actually, and they were on sale. The purple ones, I want to say I only gave like $65 or $70 for them. They have like animal print, like the Sambas. Oh my God. Every kind. They have gold metallic that would match Rachel's bag like perfectly. I think I sent you that, or I think I commented that. But yeah, they have gold, silver, all kinds of alligator, faux, every kind of print. Listen, Adidas makes a lot of really great shoes. Yeah. Right? Let me see. Where do you find? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. With the purple. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, it's a good fit. And I actually have another pair of purple sneakers that I ordered the other day. God. And they are going to be... I'll do a video. I'll do like a short or something and be like, hey, which goes best? Da, 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 da. And I think I have another... Actually, I have another pair. I have a 2, 3, probably 4... purple-ish sneakers that I think would go well with that bag as well, but I'm trying to think of what other ones. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I put on the top, on the very top, which I cannot reach. And Bill was like, well, that's real smart, putting them damn boxes all the way. You can't even get to your sneakers. I'm like, yeah, those are just to look at. Those That was just for me to enjoy. He's like, what the hell? You're just going to look at them damn shoes? I'm like, yeah. Probably. Yeah, I think I have 4 or 5 pairs that I'm going to. And I have like a lilac pair that's so cute. I love purple. Y'all already know. I love it. Rachel, yes. Oh, you did. You do have the. Okay. That's right. Maybe you showed it with your bag and I commented on the video. Does that sound right? That makes sense. Okay. That's right. That's right. Yep. Okay. Right. Sambas are perfect. They have every kind, which way. You can get them at Nordstrom all day long. Loving. Ooh, yes. Hey, Colleen. I did not know you were in here. Hello. How are you? Jillian. Hello. Oh, my God. Let me go back up here and say hi. Welcome in. Hit that thumbs up, girl. Yes. The P9, though. Look at her. I'm going to switch. Oh, my gosh. And I was watching a TikTok girl, TikTok girlies, they do a lot of the fakeries, a lot of the sus. And I think she said she got this on The Gate, the yellow app. If you know, you know. And she pulled out this freaking, and it looked just like it. It wasn't as raised up and as 3D as the Louis Vuitton real one, but I was like, are you shitting me? You paid like $60 or less for that freaking tag, for that bag charm. And I'm like, shit, I didn't even know they had a dupe of that. I really didn't. Like, I don't go on that site. I used to a long time ago. Real good place to get scarves and stuff. If you don't give a dang about, wrapping your scarves and stuff. But this one, the Hermes one that I showed you, that's one that Yota and Autumn bought me one time when they were on a trip together because I didn't get to go. But yeah, they did. And then Jame bought me one that's pink and green that's over there, and I absolutely am all the way here for that. But yeah, and then the other one's just a cheapo Amazon that like I'll buy in big packs and like gift people when you buy a bag or shoes or something for me, anything you buy for me, I always put like a goodie bag in there of stuff. And I've always done that for Mercari because Mercari has a rating system, and so does, Posh does. You have to eat right. And so I like to put a nice little something in there for them, like a lotion, a little bag charm, a scarf, and a little thank you note, and a little makeup bag. I do that so that people will rate me well, and usually it works. It works. And then one time I had a lady say that she was really nice, and she didn't rate me poorly, but she did say, this wallet really has a musty smell. And I was like, yeah, it's from the 80s or from the 90s. So and I did disclose it in the thing. And she said, I just really don't want it anymore. And I was like, that's cool. Yeah, just send it back. And I said, feel free to keep the free gift, of course. But she sent it back. She was like, I don't feel right about keeping your gift when you... I was like, okay, girl. But yeah. People are sweet. Some people are good people, right? Oh my God, I got a sneakers the other day. I did get a pair of sneakers I got a really good deal on. It's probably been over a month ago. As soon as the box got open, Marlboro. It was the smokingest smell ever. And the guy didn't disclose it, but I feel like I got such a good deal. This is probably why he gave me, but he didn't say, like, we're heavy smokers in our house. This came from a smoke-filled home. And I was like, oh God. Because, if you buy a top or, whatever, any kind of clothing, you just throw that in the damn washer. But sneakers, when they're brand new, it's kind of like you don't want to. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't even think the smell would come out if I washed these. But I sprayed them down with alcohol with vodka, and I put them out in the sun. So it's lessening a little bit, but I've had to keep them in the garage. I mean, Bill didn't even get close to the box. He was like, shit, you think they smoke? I'm like, I think they do. I think they do, man. But yeah. Scarves, yeah. I somebody was saying something about scarves today because I'm not a big scarf wearer, but I think when I was a little bigger, I never liked the way a tied scarf. I don't know if I just wasn't doing it right. I tried the whole thing, the wraparound, the, different. And I just never looked right in a scarf. And then my friend the other day, Paula, she texted me and she was like, girl, try to wear those scarves again. Now you've lost weight. Maybe you'll find them easier to. I'm like, you never know, girl. Let me try it. But yeah, I just was never, I don't know. I love to see a scarf. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Yeah, anti-bac, like a bacterial spray. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's lessening now, but man, oh man, it is. Whew, it's bad. Yeah, it is so bad. Like the freaking box, man. I mean, just like when I just sliced it, I was like, ooh, we've had a few cigarettes over here. Smoke them if you got them, but at least say like, yeah, this is going to be a heavy smoke. We smoke a lot in our house. A lot of people will say, no pets, no smoking. Comes from a no smoking, no pet household. But I've never gotten anything that smelled like a dog or cat. Have you guys? Have you guys ever got anything that smelled like, I guess it would have to smell like piss or something, but I've never really gotten anything that had a bad pet odor, but that must be a thing. Or maybe the dander, maybe the hair. Now I've gotten shoes where the insole, because I always take the insoles out and I clean them and wash them good, and then I put them out in the sun. And I've gotten some real hairy. And I'll take a really like big piece of sticky ass duct tape and like cover the whole insole and then pull it off. And usually all the hair comes out and then I wash it. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people that have like, whoa, you got some cats, don't you? Look at you. You got some cats or some little dogs or something over there. Yeah. But I guess that's the problem. Maybe it's too hairy, and maybe the dander would if you don't disclose it, maybe somebody would have a allergic reaction or something. Hell, I don't know. But you got to know when you buy something that's pre-loved, it's liable to come from you don't know how their living situation is, girl. You don't know. You do not know. You just got to take it on faith and be like, okay, well, maybe I can wash it. Or I've never refused anything, but I have left it like a, hey, this has got to really, I did turn in a pair of shoes, a Louis Vuitton pair of shoes way back in the day. It's probably been 6-7 years ago. 6-7? And man, as soon as they hit my face, like it was just like, ooh. And they didn't disclose it, so I was able to like, that was back when, remember when Fashion File had an outlet? God, those were good times. Remember that? You were just like, yeah, it doesn't have a clasp on it, but I got a jeweler friend. We're good. It's totally torn away from the bag, but shit, the piece is there. I'll take it. I bought some real dogs on there for cheap, girl, cheap. Yeah. I bought my Tiffany pearls on the outlet, and I had them restrung at Tiffany. And Bill, I think, what did Bill have to pay? $200? I can't remember, but it wasn't much. But they did it. So yeah, you can come across some gems out there thrifting. But my babies don't smell. No, yeah, you don't. Nope. No, and I don't know if it's the smell so much, Dawn. If why? Oh, okay. Baking soda and vinegar for smells. Yeah, I did a pair of shoes the other day, and I did try to get some stains out of it with pure vinegar. That's a good stain remover too. That's a good idea. Yep. Fresh as a daisy. Yes. But yeah, a lot of times, I don't know, people disclose the dog and the dog and butterfly. No, people disclose their pets. I guess it has to be for the hair and the dander. Because I don't know anybody, unless you're a freaking, you see those hoarding shows, and I can only assume the smell is rancid, but people who have trash, 5 foot tall in their home, that have like dead animals and rotting carcasses and 48 cats and 15 dogs, I can imagine that's a thing, but I don't see those people boxing up stuff and selling it on eBay. But yeah, I've never received anything that smelled of dog and cat or any, you know. Hey, Brian, how are you? Yeah, I do have the charcoal sachets. Yeah, they really are pretty good for everything. I need to stuff those with that. You're right. I don't plan on wearing these because they were irregulars. So that's why I got such a good deal on them. They were like B grades. And I just really loved the look of them. But when I got them, they did not fit. They were so irregular that even in my size, it didn't fit. And I was just like, oh shit, I really like them. I love to see it. So I am going to keep them for the sneaker wall. But yeah, those sachets or charcoal packets or whatever, you can reactivate those in the sun. So if it's a real good sunny day outside and, you know, you put them out in the sun, that like freshens them up a little bit, you know, and gets them back to odor, whatever. You just lurking? Okay, right on. I follow a Canadian YouTuber who does free cleanings and they get really bad. Oh, so home cleanings? Really? Is that what you're saying? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know I did follow a guy that did that. He would go into a hoarding home and try to organize it for him, which was a really cool thing. And he did it for free. But you know, he would get a million views on each video, so he's crazy like a fox. I mean, what he lost on the time, he made up on the video, right? He was making bank doing it. And he was one of those, you know, some people are like that. They're very detail oriented and they love to Carter's like that. She loves to, you know, organize and compartmentalize things and make everything in a certain way and useful. And she loves doing that. So some people, yeah, I can see it. Like those closet organizers that come in. But I used to watch one that does, and I haven't seen them in a while. They haven't. Have you ever watched the car cleaners? Those are amazing too. They just take a car that's just ransacked and totally disgusting with 10 kids, like a minivan, and they clean it all up. And I'm like, whoa, and they detail it out. And then the Persian rugs, those are crazy. Um, yeah, and there's a lot of sneaker videos that people, you know, take an old, gross, grotty pair and clean them up. I love to see those. And then there's a yard guy that is really big on YouTube. There's a few of them. And he'll go to somebody's like, you know, he'll show houses and then there's just like super overgrown. They haven't mowed in a year. There's just crap everywhere. And he'll just make the yard look brand new. Ooh, I love to see that. I like to see something that's like really disgusting become really nice. Don't you? I like to see it. I mean, handbags. Rachel Strickland, she does that. She'll take a handbag and just, you know, redo the whole thing and it looks really good. And there's that the guy that does handbag, he hasn't done it in a while. Handbags and shoes. Oh, what was his name? Tons. It's like ASMR too. I love watching him. I can't remember, but I did love to watch that. He doesn't get pushed to me anymore, but I can remember watching him remake a Gucci bag and Gucci loafers and Chanel. Love to see it. Yes. Oh, not the worst cleaner. Okay, I'll have to check it out because I do like those videos. Yeah. Deep cleans. People can be filthy. Yeah. I can go around my house and find some filth, guys. I mean, yeah. If I don't know you're coming over and you surprise me, you might see a few things. I apologize in advance. You might walk into my house and be like, ooh, those baseboards. Yeah. It's just so painful to get down there and clean a baseboard anymore. But yeah, I need to do it. I need to go around and do it. Used to, I would take my spring break, which is coming up. I always take it off. And I would do like industrious things like redo the painting in a room, or one time I tried to do the whole downstairs. That was crazy. Bill and I replaced the wood flooring downstairs in a couple of rooms, the carpet. We need to really do it up here. Then we had our bathroom redone, but that wasn't me. But yeah, I like take that whole week and maybe do a spring clean or do something. But what normally happens when I set aside time is I'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna do that next week." Monday will come and I'll go, "Oh gosh, but I'm gonna sit here and read this book, or I'm gonna watch some YouTube, or I'm gonna make a video, or I'm gonna just sleep." And then Tuesday will come and I'll go, "I want to get out of the house today. Let's go somewhere. Let's do something." And then Wednesday, and then slowly but surely, Saturday and Sunday come, and I'm like, "Oh, I got to go back to work, and I didn't do any of the shit that I said I was going to do." Yeah, that's normally the situation. I got to watch that, Kathy. That sounds good. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it because I do watch Hoarders and a lot of those shows. Bill and I love to see it, but man, my grandmother was a hoarder. And I'll say she wasn't like trash everywhere. She wasn't like that. She had stuff. She had stuff everywhere, and she had dresses and clothing from the 60s and 50s. And she had if she took up carpet in a room and had somebody come by, and she would not let them throw out the carpet. She'd make them take it up in a big, huge roll and stick it up in her attic or somewhere, or out in an outbuilding or a garage building. And just, when she passed, we ended up, my aunt had to come down here and throw everything. They had to get like 3 or 4 of those big, long dumpsters. Yeah, and they filled them to capacity, girl. I'm not talking about the little ones. I'm talking about the ones they come and sit out at your house, like a construction one. I think she filled maybe 3 or 4 of those. But yeah, she just would take down, like if she redid paneling or anything, she would make the builder or whoever was doing it, the handyman, take the boards up or whatever. And like, she just go, "Oh no, don't throw it away. I can use it another day. I could use it somewhere." And she would just keep it. If like a washer went out or a TV, she wouldn't get rid of it. I don't know why, but she would not get rid of it. She would, stack it somewhere and go buy a new one. And then she would have the old, she had 4 washers that didn't work and, one that did. And she had 2 dryers and 14 rooms of nasty old carpet that was shag that nobody could use. It's just stuff like that. She just would, paint. If she painted something, she had, 48 gallons of paint in her outbuilding that had separated and dried up and could not be used, She was just that kind of hoarder. Books. I mean, as far as the, newspaper, she was a newspaper keeper. So she would get the news every day and she would clip endless things out of there. If somebody she knew died, she would clip that out. If somebody got a job promotion and she found out. If somebody went to jail, she would clip that out. If somebody got married, she would clip that out. She'd go through the comics on Sunday, and if she thought that reminded her of one of the kids or me or, any of us in the family, she would clip it out. And then, she wouldn't give it to us. She would just keep it, Just so much crazy, just shit everywhere. If you got her a handbag, she might not use the handbag, but she would definitely throw it in a pile of shit and never, you know what I mean? But it wouldn't just be handbags. It'd be wallets. It would be shoes that she could not wear. I'm one to talk, so I get it honestly. It would just be piles and piles and piles. Vacuums. She had a canister vac that hadn't worked since I was a kid, but she didn't throw it away. She bought a new. She bought a stick vac or whatever, and so she had 14 vacuum cleaners and 1 worked. Blenders. And this was kind of the gross thing. This was gross. I'll say this was disgusting. She would keep styrofoam from under meat and stack it somewhere. And she had done that as long as, when she died, she had a whole corner of her kitchen stacked with frigging styrofoam that came from under meat. Yeah. Guys, look at my blood pressure just went up 10 points just thinking about that freaking styrofoam, girl. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. We used baking soda for canker sores, would sting like the dickens, but made it. Well, girl, I might need to do that. I might need to try it. Oh, God. Ooh, it's so disgusting. Used to change up the bathroom. Right. Yeah. I just do little things like, it's nothing to change up a bathroom. Like you take all the stuff out of it and you're like, let me get new towels and let me go get new rugs. Let me, freshen it up a little bit. New curtains, new whatever. Yeah. I love changing a bathroom around. That's nice. That's fun. Hey, Ed. Hello, doll. Life's a bad. We used oh yeah, I read that one. Sorry. I'm on my way to being a hoarder thanks to the pandemic. Okay. Um, every once in a while, I'll throw out a bag of stuff. It's mentally, yeah. It does, yeah, I get it. I mean, I totally get it because you all know I have the hoarding tendency here. I mean, 100%. 100%, girl. I have tons of shoe boxes now, just empty shoe boxes everywhere. Whew, yeah. Yeah, right, Jen. I mean, and part of what made my blood pressure spike thinking about it is, did she ever fix me? I'm sure she did fixed me food on those freaking styrofoam plates. She used them to heat up stuff like in the microwave. Even though like part of them might melt. Oh my God. Oh, poor thing. What actually killed my grandmother was eating an old can of food. That's it. It literally ate the lining in her stomach. Like she died. She ate that like on a Wednesday, and then Thursday by the next day by 6 o'clock, she was absolutely gone. And she was I mean, she lived to be 90, but she was a pretty healthy, she was still, we had taken her keys from her because she had a really bad car wreck when she was like 85. So we had taken her keys from her, but that was okay. And she still piddled around the house and, cut out her clippings and went to church and people come and get her and take her to church and stuff. And she was still very active. But yeah, it was what she thought was Hershey syrup. What we think was Hershey syrup. We don't know. There was no label on the can. But she opened up something and just, I guess, took a spoon and ate some rancid syrup out of a can, and that ate the lining of her stomach out and caused internal bleeding, and she was gone. Yeah. So, I mean, it's about, she was a food hoarder. Girl, when I say she was a food hoarder, she had bedrooms that she had cans of freaking food in, stuffed under and on top of the bed, just like old food. Yeah. And my kids would go over there. We would go over there and visit a lot until she got to be in her 80s. The kids stopped staying with her because, she wasn't of an age to watch anybody's kids or anything like that. And when we visited, I, would tell the kids in the car, like, grandma's going to offer you something to eat, but it's okay. Be polite. Well, if you're hungry, we'll take you somewhere and get you something to eat. But, and then it made her mad because I think one of the kids said one time, well, mom told me not to eat your food. And she got really upset, but I was like, don't tell her. But, she just got to the point where she had just so much old, decaying stuff. And I think her smell and taste had gone. And so she really couldn't taste anything. And she'd always been a bigger gal. She'd always been, big, overweight her whole life. And then when she got like to be in her late 70s and stuff, she just shrunk down into a little tiny frail woman, 100 pounds. And I think a lot of it was because she ate rancid food on those styrofoam things and probably kept her sick all the time. And she couldn't eat much anyway because, hell, she was eating old rancid food, So it was a thing. It was terrifying. It was crazy. But yeah, my kids, we didn't, we stopped letting her, I started bringing her over. When Bill and I first got married, I would make food and then have the family over, or, my aunt, her daughter, my dad's sister would cook and take her to whatever. And then, for several years, I just would bring her over. We'd have Thanksgiving here and in my old houses and stuff, and we would let her come, and of course we would send her home with food and stuff like that. And I would always say, like, let me take you to the grocery store, or can I get you something? And my aunt would go do a lot of her grocery shopping, and she, for meat and milk and eggs and things like that. But honey, she would not let you throw anything in her freezer away, even though it was years old. I'm talking years old, okay? And she would not let you throw those cans of food away. Yeah. She had canned food, like jarred canned food in her cellar from when her mother lived in the home. Yeah. And that was decades. I mean, we emptied all the stuff out that we could, and somebody collected those old bell jars. They were like real pretty green ones and blue ones, but really old ones. And we tried to empty all the stuff out, and then people sold them in bulk. We sold them off in bulk, but can you believe that? Yeah, I don't, Luxury Queen, I don't know if it was a parasite, but she had intestinal and internal bleeding everywhere, just coming out of every, and that was it. That was, they didn't really, they just said, the lining of her stomach, everything's just, it's getting worse. And there was nothing they could do. They could not do, I mean, she was 90 years old too. And she just passed away. I mean, of course, they gave her something for the pain, because it must have caused her so much pain. She called my aunt. My aunt came and got her and took her to the hospital. And she had suffered with diverticulosis or diverticulitis, one of those two. And so we all just kind of thought, oh, it's another bout with that. She would get in the hospital, and then she would go to a rehab, and then she could get home. But I didn't realize, because my aunt didn't say shit about it. She just called and said, oh, grandma's, having that stomach stuff flare up again, and she's back in the hospital, and nobody knew the extent of it. And then when I went to see her, she was basically just, she could see us and, moan things, but she had tubes coming out and just constant blood. She was just bleeding internally. So, yeah, sad. Very sad. I miss her. That was 2010. No, 2008. That was 2008 when she passed. But yeah, it was just a terrible thing. Can you believe it? But yeah, the old food. Old food will get ya. Yeah. My specialty recipe is meatloaf. Meatloaf. Yeah, she did live through the Great Depression, and it was something that she did to, I guess, from coping with the feast or famine or whatever, the lean years. She would save everything, she just didn't throw things away. But she was that kind of hoarder who kept it all together, I'll say, in rooms where she could close the door and you couldn't really see it. And then outbuildings, she would stuff all kinds of shit. Those things were filled to the brim. I mean, we just had to dig through trash. And then the inside of her house, she had a lot of papers and books and, stuff like that. But like trash and stuff, she was real good to throw away, stuff. She just wouldn't like open something and then throw it down, like you see. She wasn't like that. And she was clean in her bathroom, and she kept her bathtub and her clothes and herself, clean. And see her house, you wouldn't think anything, but if you opened a drawer or if you opened a closet, shit. That's the kind of like hoarder that she was. And her attic was just filled with crap that had just pretty much melted from the heat of it all. And it's crazy. She kept her floors not, I mean, she wasn't like gross, I'll say that. She wasn't like that way, but she just had a lot of shit, man. She just had a lot of shit. Hey, DD, how are you? Botulism. Yeah, it might be that. It might have been. I mean, they never really even said, but we knew. And then I think my aunt was the one that found the can of whatever, my dad, somebody found the can of whatever she had and opened up. And what was crazy was that my dad lived on the same property with her in another house, like, and if she was hungry, she, all she had to do was just say, "Hey, what are you eating down there?" Or call any of us, anybody in the family would be like, "Well, hey, girl, what do you need? What do you want?" My aunt would have run over there. Of course, we would have. My dad, anybody would have, taken her something to eat if she was hungry. But I don't think it was that. She was just like so used to going in her kitchen and fishing out a can of something and, just or getting in that fridge and eating something, girl. Yeah. She had a tough old stomach, I think, right? She had to. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. My mom was freakishly scared of it. Yeah. Lived through the Depression. And so they were kind of like, yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things. It could have been it could have been, we think it was, it smelled and looked like, my aunt says it was Hershey's. I think she was the one that said it was like Hershey syrup. And here was the takeaway from that. They quit putting Hershey syrup in cans years ago. They put it in that squeezy bottle for, I mean, since we were probably at least the 80s or 90s. So can you imagine if it was, who knows what was in that can, but she might have just, she had a sweet tooth where she would just want a little, it's like when you eat something and you're like, well, shit, I could go ahead and eat a little something sweet. And maybe she just went in there and thought, well, hell, I'll open this can of chocolate syrup and pour it on ice cream or so. I don't know. I really don't know. But I had just been over there. It was so crazy though, because this was like a Wednesday night that she ate that. Tuesday, I had come over and I don't think I brought her anything, but somebody had, because she was eating, something. And I had brought Carter, who was a baby then. Carter was just like a little over a year old. And I think Maddie and I took the girls over and we visited with her for a little bit and, just sat and talked to her. And it was a nice visit. And when we left, I was like, okay, Grandma, I love you. And she walked us out to the car and gave the kids, kisses and stuff and gave us some newspaper clippings. And it was just the same old, same old. We had a real nice visit. And yeah. And then it was just like, Thursday, by Thursday, I mean, that was Tuesday. She had that bout with whatever she ate. And then Thursday, she was gone. So sad, sad, sad. But, yeah, who knows? Who knows what it could be? Hey, AB, how are you? I brought the room way down, girl. I'm like, well, shit. I don't know. I get on a thing where I can just tell you a story and just keep on talking. And it'll happen at work because, when you work from home, unless you have some Zoom meetings, and I really only had one with John today, so I didn't have a whole lot of stuff. Or I'll say every day is not like that. Some days I go all day and I don't talk to anybody. And Carter, she keeps to herself. She'll, at the end of the day, come in and she'll say, hey, what are you doing? And we'll talk for a minute. But when Bill came home, we had rode to the post office or something. And I was like, and then I looked over at him. He went, you haven't talked to anybody today, have you? And I said, no, I have not. And furthermore, so Tuesday Lives helped me because, I'm in there at work in my room for 8.5 hours, girl, and I don't talk to nobody or nothing. But I did talk to Leanne tonight. So I did talk to her. Well, not tonight, but earlier this afternoon. So and I talked to Bill. Bill came home after his doctor visit and stuff. They still, I don't know if this is a good sign, but he had a chemical stress test. That's what I was telling y'all last week. So he had that stress test on Friday. And it's the chemical kind, not the kind we kind of thought it would be, that treadmill kind where it's not, I don't think they do that much anymore. I don't know. If you know, let me know. But he had a really high calcium score. His calcium score was 1100. And that is not good. That's very high. I think it's like 0 to 100 is like good or moderate, and then like mild to 500, and then 500 to 1,000, and then over 1,000 is like, girl, get to the hospital. And so we had the stress test, and they didn't call him back about shit. They've not, that was Friday. Monday they didn't call him. Today they didn't call him. So and a lot of people that were sitting out in the waiting room said, yeah, I felt a little pressure, or, it felt like somebody was on my chest for a minute. It wasn't very long, and I felt my heart. And when he came out, I was like, well, what did it feel like? Are you okay? He's like, I didn't feel shit. He's like, I didn't even know they were doing it. They said they were, doing stuff. He's like, I don't know. So I don't know if that's a good sign. I'm trying to take it as a good sign, but yeah, Dawn, do you? Girl? That's, yeah. Ooh, God. Then it's like you just want to like, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Paula. How are you, girl? I was talking about you earlier. I don't know if you heard it. I was talking about the scarf thing, like where I was saying, like, I just don't wear a scarf anymore. And you were like, well, now that you've lost a little weight, try it again. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, right. I think that's why we like getting on lives, like Jackie's and Dawn's and Jolie's. And we like getting in there and, even if it's just typing, we're like, that's talking. Because when I type, I talk out loud. I'll be like, and then, but I say it when I'm typing. I do that at work too. And Carter will walk by and be like, are you talking to somebody? I'm like, myself. Yeah, I do that. Butter biscuit. Sorry I left for a while. That's okay. It's getting dinner together and get myself ready to go to hot yoga. Ooh, yes, hot yoga. I would love to try something like that, but ooh, I say it, but I think I'm more just saying it as, would you though? Oh, you just bred Aspen. Oh yeah, I saw your two. I can't remember the names that you posted today. Gosh, those puppies are gorgeous. Gorgeous. You had a black one and a white one. Beautiful. All your puppies are gorge. The Lexiscan stress. Okay, Brian knows. Okay, the Lexiscan stress test would have shown areas of possible ischemia. So is saying it's good news that you've not heard anything. Okay, on an emergent basis. Okay, we thought so, but I don't know if they'll. I'm not. Oh, so it's okay. Her daughters. I gotcha. So cute. Yeah, I don't know if. I mean, I don't know what they'll do if there's some kind of blockages. Maybe they'll do a catheter. He's really scared about that. He doesn't want to have that. But I'm like, they get in there and they do it the same day and you pretty much go home. Like if everything's good, you can go home the same day or the next day, right? I mean, they get in there. They do those back to back every like 15 minutes. They run them through like I don't know what, like a conveyor belt. Because I know years and years ago, my dad had one and it was just like, bam, bam, they had them all, in little cubicles and they'd roll you back down and put like a sandbag on the leg where they had the catheter in there or whatever. So I'm not sure if they, we're hoping that it's like, maybe it's a medication type thing they can do. I don't know. But I know in 2019, because, he had a lot of issues back in 2019. He had a DVT in his leg, a blood clot. And so he was in the hospital for a long, long time. And they actually went in through his throat and like checked down in his, like, where his heart was pumping and everything. And they like looked with a camera and stuff in there. And they said like, none of the arteries seem to be, your heart looks good. So now it's just 2019. So I don't know. I'm worried about it, but also I'm optimistic too, Yeah, Brian, that's okay. That's reassuring. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, you're in bed for the night already? Hub gets up. Oh, yeah, and the time change sucks. I'll sleep for 3 hours and up for 2. Yeah, I do that too. Even on my Ambien, I'll fall asleep a good hour and then I'll be up and I'll be cycling through shit to watch or be on my phone scrolling and then I'll slowly. Yeah, I go through that all night. Yeah. The cath is so simple now. Yeah, they usually use the wrist and you can go, oh my God. Wow. I did not know that. They do that now. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Good deal. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that somebody knows because I've been asking everybody like, what do you think? What are we going to do? What kind of puppies? I actually want to get into the canine unit business because I'm a little bit scared of dogs and wasn't raised with animals. So I definitely want to have that connection, either canine or mounted. Yeah. Mounted unit. Gotcha. My dad had 2 heart bypass surgeries 16 years apart. Okay. He lived another 27 years after his last surgery. Wow. That's good to hear. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That's reassuring news. I just, I get really freaked out about it because, my dad dropped dead of a heart attack. His dad died from a heart attack. All three of his siblings have had heart attacks, like I was saying, and he's the only one that hasn't. And so, like, it's just like I wanted to get it checked out. I just want to keep him going. I don't want him to go anywhere because, guys, I can't do it. I can't even talk about it because I'll freaking cry my eyeballs out. I can't. I can't go without Bill. Ugh, it's crazy. And I know you guys are all the same way. I mean, I get it. Rachel says I went up to wind down to DD. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're getting ready to get off here. God, I've been on here for 2 hours, girl. I'm sorry. Winnie, you should talk to Candy about Josh. Oh yeah. That's right. I need to. Yeah. He hasn't had any episodes or anything. He doesn't feel bad, and all of his blood pressure comes back normal. His, when they check his all around is normal. With that calcium score, like, girl, I'm glad we have done the, EKG, the calcium test, now the nuclear whatever stress test. So I'm just really glad that we're doing all this just to rule everything out and get things fixed if they need it and get him going in the right direction. I just worry so much about it. I just can't be here without him. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. I'll come live with you, Dawn. Oh my gosh. Anywhere, but I can't do it. I can't do it. 97, Kathy? Oh my God. That is amazing. I love to hear it. Wow. Oh, man. Gosh. Please always get checked out for anything. Yes, for sure. I think after we get Bill squared away, Bill's like, well, I'm gonna recommend you have all these tests done. And I said, I'll have them done. I'm fine with that. I'm fine to have, rule things out and be preventive, Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, Josh was healthy, right? And then it just crept up on him. He had a small episode and then it just went crazy. So yeah. I just feel like to err on the side of, by the way, Paula has Frenchies. She breeds Frenchies and they're gorgeous dogs. Yeah. Biscuits, butter biscuits. You were asking about that. Yep. She has beautiful champion Frenchies, like the real, like, very purebred, nice doggies. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much. Yeah, I think you'll be okay. Come be my golden girl roommate. Oh my God, the stuff we would get into. We would be fucking broke, Dawn. Because me and you would be like, shit, should I buy it? And I'd be like, hell yeah, buy it. And you'd be like, girl, go ahead and buy it. Like, we would be spending our retirement. We would have to do that thing that Magnum PI does. We'd have to, like, what's that thing called? Where he's like, sell your home to us now and live a happy life. And then when you go, we come get your house. That thing. We'd be like, yeah, take that house. Sure. Why not? Yeah. I can't imagine. Reverse mortgage. I can't say it. Reverse mortgage. Yeah. So, hey, Tony. Oh my God, Tony. Oh, I love it. I love to see it. Yeah, John, my bestie, he always has Frenchies too. He has a Frenchie puppy, and so cute, Dory. Adorable. Yeah, the reverse mortgages. Oh my God, we could not. We would feed off each other. It would be fun though. We'd just go pile in on Yota. She'd be like, I don't know about that, guys. But anyway, thanks guys for talking me off the ledge and let me gab on and on and on and on and on and on and on for 2 hours straight. That was fun. I had a good time. I don't know if you did, but I do appreciate you guys coming by and helping me out with everything, girl. I love you guys so much. Hopefully if my loved denim bag gets here this week, I will post an unboxing of that coming up on Saturday. Everybody that's in the chat right now, all of these galleys that you see, the ones in blue especially, most all of them have handbag channels. And if you are not familiar with them, do me a favor, press on their face right now and go to their channels and subscribe. We love to see it. And YouTube has been doing this thing where if you've been on YouTube any length of time. Sometimes they unsubscribe people from your channel. Please double check for us and see if that you are, if you're intended to be and you want to be. I hope that you will still be subscribed. And yeah, but check it out on the channels that you go to most. Sometimes you get mistakenly unsubscribed from them, and we don't want to see that. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, and I will see you back here on Saturday. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye.